Hello everyone. In today's video, we will explore one of the most commonly used statistical tests, the t-test. Whether you are beginner or doing your PhD, understanding the t-test helps you to analyze data effectively and make sound conclusion. So let's get started. What is a t-test? A t-test basically check whether the average of two groups is statistically different. It is a parametric test used to compare the mean of two groups. For example, if you want to compare the exam scores of male and female students, a t-test can tell you whether that difference is meaningful or just due to chance. It is developed by William Silicosset in 1908 under the pen name Student. Used when data is normally distributed, the sample size is small, less than 30, and the dependent variable is continuous. For example, score and rating. Types of t-test. There are three main types of t-test. Independent sample t-test, which compare mean between two different groups. For example, male versus female performance. Paired sample t-test compares mean from the same group at two time points. For example, before versus after training. One sample t-test. It compares the sample mean to a known population mean. For example, average salary versus national average. Population, we can say the total number of items, and sample is the subpart of the population. Independent sample t-test. This test checks if two independent groups differ significantly in their means. Before running it, check if the variance are equal. That's where Levin's test comes in. If the p-value of Levin's test is less than 0.05, variance are equal and you can proceed with the standard t-value interpretation. Paired sample t-test. The paired t-test helps you to analyze change within the same group. It's perfect for pre and post test. For example, measuring productivity before and after implementing a new HR policy. The formula of paired sample t-test is T is equal to D bar upon SD upon N in root, where D bar is equal to mean differences and SD is equal to standard deviation of differences. One sample t-test. It's compare a sample mean to a known or hypothesized population mean. For example, comparing average test score of a class mean is equal to 65 to population mean. It is known as nu is equal to 60. If p-value is less than 0.05, we can say the difference is statistically significant. P-value means the probability value and the 0.05 is the level of significance. It can be 1% or 5%, but in both cases the p-value is less than. Because when the p-value is less than, then we can say the relationship is significant and the difference is significant. SPSS output interpretation. Steps in SPSS. When you run t-test in SPSS, first you need to import your Excel file into SPSS. Then name the variables like age, gender, main variables, job satisfaction, and other variables according to your field. Then go to analyze, compare means and t-test. Select variables and groups and run test. Key SPSS value, Levin's test for equality of variances, t-value, degree of freedom, and p-values significant to tail. When you perform a t-test in SPSS, focus mainly on the p-value. If p-value means probability value is less than 0.05, it means the difference is significant. But If p-value is greater than 0.05, it means no significant difference. Remember, significance doesn't mean importance. It means the result is unlikely due to chance. Example interpretation. Example comparing male and female job satisfaction. Always report your t-test result in this format. T in bracket degree of freedom is equal to value, comma P is equal to value. If T means degree of freedom is 58 and value is 2.45 and P value is 0.018. Interpretation. Since here P value is less than 0.05, we can say there is a significant difference in job satisfaction level between male and female. Always mention what this means in real world terms, not just statistical terms. When not to use t-test. T-tests are great but not for every situation. If your data breaks assumption and not normally distributed, switch to non-parametric test. Use non-parametric test like Mann-Whitney, U-test and Wilcoxon. More than two groups, use ANOVA. And unequal variances and small sample, consider well t-test. Summary and closing. To summarize, t-test is simply yet essential. It compares mean between groups. Types, one sample, independent and pair. Always check assumption before applying and interpret result based on p-value and context. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video clarified when and how to use different t-tests. Don't forget to subscribe for more statistics and research methodology content.